What's up, everybody? It is GoGFan17 here, and I am back with another video review. And today we will be reviewing the 50th Memorial Box Godzilla 1964. So, let's take a look at the tag first. So it has a nice picture of Godzilla 1964 on the front. It's kind of a blurry picture, so it's almost like they actually snapped a picture of him from the film. And don't mind that little noise in the back. It's kind of hot in my room, so I got the fan on, if y'all can hear that. But, so yeah, nice picture of Godzilla. Nothing on the back. So now, on to the figure. Let me fix the camera real quick. So this is perhaps, maybe one of my favorite Godzillas in my collection, because detail on it is just so amazing. You can see the, it's facing towards the camera. It's the left eye, but technically it's the right eye. That's the right eye is a little droopy, which is kind of how they were in the movie. So detail on this figure is just so freaking amazing. Let me fix the camera a little bit more. I didn't notice that on the spines. I actually didn't have this one for too long, but I did notice that one on the spines. But I didn't have this figure for too long. I actually recently just ordered it. Probably like, well, I recently ordered it, but it kind of been a minute, but it's not old. But, so yeah, detail on this figure is just so amazing. It captures the Godzilla 64 look from the movie so well. It has the nice eyebrows. Hold on, wait. Nice eyebrows that he had in the movie. Got the nice, paint inside the mouth, the nice teeth, the nice big bulgy eyes with the black pupil. The eyebrows is just so well done. It's a lighter green than the rest of the body, because the body is green, even though it's not accurate, movie accurate. It's still a nice color to add to this Godzilla. But the eyebrows are a lighter green than the rest of the body. So you got the nice ridges. It's like a pattern. It starts from up here and it goes down to his arms and on his leg and down to his tail. He has a nice stubby tail. It's not long and it's not short. It's like in between. No ridges or really bumps on his spines. That's kind of different. It's like small little craters. They kind of remind me of craters that you would see in the moon. Hold on, let me adjust the camera. They're like small little craters. But you got his flabby fat lips. They kind of remind me of a dog muzzle on his head. It's kind of like, well, basically what I said, like a dog muzzle. You got that on his head, all around. Love the detail on his head, the detail under his neck. You got the breastplate. You got nice highlights of a lighter shade of green on the kneecaps. The kneecaps have a wonderful feel to them. You got it in his crotch area and by his breastplate. They like the same color as his eyebrows, just a little different. And on his spines, you got a blackish green, and then you got a tannish brown at the tips, and in the middle a blackish green. And like I said, he got a stubby tail, not short, not too short, not too long, and detail on it is very amazing too. Under the tail, that's what you got. That's what you got under the feet. So detail on this Godzilla is just so amazing. Like I said, it's probably one of my favorite figures that are on, because it's just so beautiful. And I love the 64 suit. It's one of my favorite suits in the Showa series, because that's before Godzilla started getting all goofy and stuff like that in the Showa series, and he still had his evil somewhat traits. It wasn't until 1964 that was when he fought Mothra. But in that same year they made another movie, which is when King Ghidorah made his first appearance, and that's when Godzilla was kind of starting to act like a hero, which I'm okay with, but I do prefer his more meaner attitude. I'm pretty sure a lot of fans prefer that out of Godzilla. But so on to articulation. So his arms rotate. You can probably bring them out and make them rotate 360, but I'm not gonna suggest that. His head rotates 360 degrees. Got to line it back up with the right spike. So yeah, his head rotates 360 degrees. His arms rotate. His legs rotate, but I'm not going to rotate them 360. So if they rotate 360, I'd never know. His tail is on the glue seal. I don't break glue seals, and I for for sure will not break a glue seal on a memorial box figure because how rare they are. And these figures are pretty expensive if you buy them off eBay. But if you go to G-Fest, you might be able to get one for a reasonable price. But most of my figures I got off eBay. So that's articulation for him. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You got 5 points of articulation. It could be 6 if you break the glue seal, but I do not recommend that. So detailing is amazing. Articulation is pretty good. And I just love the pose that they have him in, because in the movie he was sort of in this pose as he was walking down, taking all the freaking ammunition from the army. When his head caught on fire, he was just casually walking. Nothing phased this Godzilla. That's why it's one of my favorite Godzillas from the Showa series. One of my favorite suits. I love the Godzilla vs. Mothra movie. If I had to pick a top 3 or top 5 from the Showa series, Godzilla vs. Mothra would for sure be in that. But so now we can get on to sizing. So before we size them with some monsters, I'm gonna go ahead and size him with a few other Godzillas. So here he is compared to the 1954 Godzilla. And the reason why I bought a 1954 Godzilla, because this is 1954 and this is 1964. And it's a 10-year difference. So you can see how Godzilla would eventually evolve within 10 years. So I don't really know. In the Showa series, my favorite design is the 54 Godzilla, because he's so big and bulky, and that was a problem for him back. That was a problem for them back then. That's why they had to make him slimmer so he can fight other monsters. But they brought that big and bulkiness back in the Heisei series. So this is my favorite design in the Showa series. But figure-wise, see, it's different with figures. When you creating figures, it all comes down to which figure resembles the movie the most. I will have to go with this one because his spines isn't as big as they are in the movie. That's the only reason why I probably wouldn't choose him. But even though his color pattern is off, he resembles the movie that he was from more. So yeah, that's why I brought in 54 Godzilla to show the 10-year difference. Then you can bring in the 1965 Godzilla, and it just shows you who he would have who he would eventually evolve into. And these are the same Godzillas. Godzilla is known for basically looking different in almost every movie, especially in the Showa series. So I have a very hard time choosing which figure I like. Suit-wise, I love the 64 suit better than the 65. But figure-wise, I'm not even going to go there because I can't choose. These figures is just beautiful. But next you can bring in the 1975 Godzilla. And at least 1964, 1965. So it's a 9-year difference this time, how Godzilla will look in the next 9 years. And it's the same Godzilla still, because the 54, of course, if you're a Godzilla fan, you're going to know that the 54 Godzilla died. But once 1955 came, it was the same Godzilla all throughout the Showa series until 1975 where it ended. So, hold on, wait. These three are the same Godzilla, but I can't choose which one I like better between these two. But if I had to choose between the 75 and 64, I might have to go with the 64. It's hard, but I might have to go with the 64. Now we're going to compare it to some other monsters. Now, I don't have a King Ghidorah because he did fight King Ghidorah in 64. I don't have a Mothra larvae, but I do have Mothra. So, there's two versions of Mothra I got. Now, if you have the rebirth of Mothra, that'll go with it pretty fine. I mean, it's not size accurate because Mothra is supposed to be giant compared to Godzilla. And it's not all the way size accurate because, to be honest, she probably look like she'd get squashed being this small. She's not big enough, if you see what I mean. But it does work because these are just figures. So if you did want to play with them like that or whatever y'all do, it does work. And then here's my other Mothra, which is the Tokyo SOS Mothra. And this is probably even worse because I think this Mothra is actually a little bit more smaller. But this Mothra is from the Godzilla universe and the Rebirth of Mothra isn't. So you could probably use this Mothra. But, I mean, it's better than nothing. So yeah, that's sizing with the Mothras. I don't have a Showa Rodan. I believe everybody knows how hard it is to come by a Showa Rodan. But the closest Rodan to the Showa one is the Millennium Rodan. I do have a Heisei Rodan, but to me, the Millennium Rodan looks more like the Showa one. And I believe they scale up well. He can really substitute for a Showa Rodan, if you ask me. Showa Rodan was 50 meters, and this Godzilla is just a little bit taller. But if you want to be, this isn't Showa Rodan though, but it can substitute for Showa Rodan. But if you want to get really movie accurate, this Millennium Rodan is really 100 meters, so he would be like this tall compared to him. But if you want to substitute it for Showa Rodan, it does look okay. And the last size comparison is Ultraman Tiga. Nah, I am not an Ultraman fan. It's a funny story how I got this figure. I'm not really gonna go into explaining it, but Ultraman did come side by side with Godzilla before, and I believe Ultraman. I don't know too much about him. I believe he's 40 or 50 meters or 49 meters. So these two do scale up well if you wanted to make them fight side by side. Ultraman is just a little bit taller because of his head crest, but he's basically looking Godzilla straight in his eyes. So that is today's video review. I was gone for a week, only to, sometimes space the videos out and all that stuff. But I really do hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like I said, this is one of my favorite figures in my collection. Sizing is good, articulation is good, and detail is good. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, comment in the comment section below, and if you are new to the channel, please subscribe because it would really help me out. Peace out, y'all.